when you go to states like Benue State, you see a lot of fruits equipment for those. You see the mangoes, you see the oranges. We're not able to export. Other countries do export these mangoes to Europe, but we're not exporting because of this taxation by this food plants. That's the other food plants. And we can see the damages in mango, guava, oranges, as well. So we decided to engage in a number of studies using pheromones and parapheromones to attract and get insect responsible for the food damage with the help of a baby trap. It doesn't affect, like most people use chemical insecticides to spray on mangoes, oranges, and you go home, you buy it, you wash it, you think you're eating fruits, or you're eating some toxic basically in those foods. So this particular control strategy does not touch the food, it just hang it with what we call liquid trap, and then the pheromone is put inside, and then the fruit flies just come inside like an attractant. They come inside and settle here, and then still the fruit flies. So we engaged in this study, and as one of them, one in 2009 showed that methyleuginol and neuron were effective in trapping fruit flies in different locations of Ogo local government area. I also did some studies in my husband's village. We had citrus plants around the compound, and my father-in-law was there. He was able to get people, because the trees in the villages, they are higher than the heights and that. So I couldn't hang them like the ones we have in the agricultural institutes. So we got some people that helped me to hang it, and by the time we collected the fruits that were the fruit flies that were trapped, by the next planting season, when we harvested the oranges, the taste of the oranges changed. It was much sweeter because of the fruit flies were causing the taste to be different. So that study was also carried out in collaboration with my team at Nairobi, Kenya. Asawalam SS and Amon in 2016 conducted an assessment of the population of the venom flies on mango and guava using methyleuginol, and we observed that bacterial vectors trapped per week on mangoes range from 238 to 810, a lot of actually trapped. Asawalam and Wanju in 2012 investigated the incidence of fruit flies in one accessible government area using methyleuginol, and results show that the fruit fly populations decreased progressively, and over as weeks passed by, we were not getting fruit flies again in that study that we did. And at the end of the day, we discovered that there were no other fruit flies at Tobacco. As of 2013, monitored the incidence of Bacillus versalis on sweet oranges using methyleuginol, and the results of this study indicated that Umudike recorded the highest mean number of trapped fruits, while significantly lower number of fruit flies were recorded at Dodobo and apparent locations. Asawalam, Anyegunam, and Ogunfumi Live 2020 assessed the efficacy of Azadirachta indica extract and also the methyleuginol for mass trapping of Bacillus versalis on mangoes, and results show that there was no significant difference in the number of trapped versalis amongst the two attractants. We're trying to compare which one is going to trap more. AP Asawalam Ogunfumi Live 2020 observe the trapping of significantly higher number of Bacillus versalis and a sharp decline in the damaged dropped fruit, because one of the effects of this fruit fly, they cause premature fruit drops. If you go to some of these orchards, you see fruits on the floor. It's a result of this fruit fly. So we discovered that there was a sharp decline with this methyleuginol. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. My capacity building for future development by the grace of God, I have been able to produce 7 PhD students, Please, can you all stand up? And EAD students in this hall, stand up. Is the more where's Priscilla? She running around. Priscilla, where are you? Doctor, okay. Dr. Priscilla is here. She's from who are you? Dr. Chubu Wanga is academic and polytechnic Omana. Dr. Chubu, stand up for recognition. Where are you? Okay, they are up there. Dr. FidelNneka is in 9 months. Dr. Patrick Okazi is from the University of Calabar. Dr. Sabasi is University of New York. He's not available, absent, but he's watching online. Then also my MSc students, I also have, I have one at Tonga in the making too. She gave birth, so she couldn't come. I also have President Ibe, my MSc student. Ibe is here, I've seen him giving birth today. Ibe, you know, stand up for the oh yeah, President Constance is who are you as well? It's currently my doctoral student by the master's position. And also a Bichima. Bichima is a National Biotechnology Development Agency. And Gloria is online. She's in Malaysia now. She's going to join the husband. Mr. Vice Chancellor, as Dean of College of Health and Social Sciences, we successfully organized a training workshop on statistical computing for agricultural research in 2019 in collaboration with the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IIT. Participants used that opportunity to analyze their research data under the guidance of experienced mathematicians from IIT. Above all, participants at the workshop went home with copies of the SAS software installed in their laptops, which ordinarily very expensive to purchase. Eventually implement for federal private programs. As Dean, I requested for irrigation facilities from Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to promote dry season vegetable farming in Moayu, that's farming. And the then Minister, Alhaji Mohammed Safo, approved it. The equipment were, however, released when I had left office, and they were received by my successor in office, the Dean of the College, Professor Lainka. Collaboration with Sahel Consulting Limited. I negotiated collaboration with Sahel Consulting Limited, and then Moayu hosted the first Sahel conference for students in this university. In July 2019, SHU Stock emerged the Sahel Scholar for Nigeria out of all the institutions that completed in Nigeria. In 2020, it emerged as a Sahel Scholar, and it was a great visibility for Moayu when they decided they now invite us for the meetings. This collaboration and wisdom and employment with Sahel Consulting, they were so impressed with him, and they employed him. Immediately graduated from college. Sure, wisdom is online, he's working online, he's currently training for the second and leader for his lecture, and then immediately he graduated. The victim is now with the Sahel. Congratulations to my years of the team that came because of success of the conference then 2019. Introduction of biochar techniques to rural farmers. This research team was led by Professor Maga Ifomo. We try to use biochar for cell amendment and insect pest control for women farmers in Amawo, Ikwa local government area, and Toju, you know, why I'm not improvement in Obaga State, We went to those areas, we gave them the voucher that we produced. We also trained the women farmers on the use of this voucher as against chemical fertilizers, which they cannot even afford, which is not even safe for them to apply. And we also produced voucher and distributed it to the women farmers, and they are very grateful because they have been reporting increased yield in their farms as a result of the use of this voucher. Vice Chancellor, sir. Fruit flies, as I mentioned earlier on, destroys between 50 to 80% of fruit production in West Africa. And based on that, the team was set up, the National Fruit Management Committee was set up, and by the grace of God, I was a member of the Nigerian team. And during this surveys that we did, we carried out surveillance, monitoring, and alert systems, control methods, and we also engaged in capacity building for an effective and targeted fight against fruit flies. Two of my mentees, they are here in this court, I've seen them. They are from Hawaii. Two of my mentees benefited from these trainings by the National Parliament Committee, they were in the hotel, they attended conferences as a result of this team. These are my team members. Commendation. As Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration of MOI, between 2020 and 2024, I served the university diligently and chaired some sensitive council committees. I'm satisfied that the white paper on the Decision Partners Report into the affairs of Michael Obara, University of Agriculture, 2016-2020, clearly stated that Professor Elijah Sawala should be commended for hard work and diligence. My recommendations. Mr. Vice Chancellor. Federal Universities of Agriculture and National Agricultural Research Institutes should be strengthened and funded to formulate and produce botanical insecticides from locally available plants like Xylobia ethiopica, that I work, Perunia amygdalina, Azadirachta indica, and the rest of the plant products I work with, to promote organic food production in Nigeria. Number two, there is need for government to propagate the protection of stored food products using pro-food plant products with potentials for insect pest protection to encourage exportation of locally produced food products. Number three, federal government should put in place regulating laws governing the indiscriminate use of synthetic insecticides on our stock products and fresh foods and vegetables to avoid export restrictions and promote export of food to the local countries. Like I said, we don't even export, but other African countries export. Because these synthetic chemicals, when they go to control other ports, they send them back to us. We're not able to export. And if you go to the local market and check, buy your beans, just put your palm above and see your hand by the chemicals in those things. So there's need to really regulate this indiscriminate use of these synthetic insecticides. Number four, the government should take advantage of the skills and competencies that abound in professional bodies such as